It's your boy Burnard, and welcome to another episode of the Angry Blerd podcast, where I will be discussing everything nerdy that has caught my eye this week. Just giving you guys a heads up, I am recording this at 10:43 p.m. because, once again, I have a very busy weekend ahead of me, so hopefully I can get the edit done in time for you guys on Sunday. Movie that I really haven't thought about for years. I think about it probably like once in a blue moon. Who Framed Roger Rabbit has been in the news this week, and that's because the author, Gary K. Wolf, finally has the rights back to Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So he said, I now have back the rights to all my characters and all my books. I can basically do my own projects. So he was doing an interview with I'mNotBad.com, and he was basically talking about everything in regards to Roger Rabbit. If you don't know, like in the world of books and film and television, there is a thing called a 35-year revision clause. So this clause was originally designed to give original creators such as songwriters and authors the ability to reclaim their rights after a 35-year original work period. And since there hasn't been anything done with Roger Rabbit since Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Gary K. Wolf finally got the rights back to the characters. So he was actually talking about doing a Jessica Rabbit film. I don't know like how that's going to go. And I honestly did not know that Roger Rabbit was based off of a book. So apparently there's several Roger Rabbit books. One's called Who Censored Roger Rabbit. There's a Who Censored Roger Rabbit is actually the book that the movie is adapted from. So I actually have to see if I can find this book. Like, I want to check it out now. But yeah, it was released June 6, 1981. 226 pages in the paperback edition. And there was a sequel called Who Plugged Roger Rabbit. It looks like the same characters are around in it. Eddie Valiant, the Greasy Brothers. Yeah, I'm going to check this, see if I can find this. See if it's even an audiobook. Probably not, though, but you never know. All right, so my next story is everything about the DCU that has come out this week. So we're supposed to be getting a Jimmy Olsen Daily Planet TV series. So this came out from The Hollywood Reporter that Dan Perrault and Tony Yacinda will write, executive produce, and showrun this series. Stars Scarlett Gazzondo. And The Hollywood Reporter also noted that the show will revolve around Jimmy and all the other reporters of the Daily Planet, minus Lois and Clark, tackling investigations revolving around supervillains, and Gorilla Grodd is supposed to be the main spotlight for the first season. So I can see this working. Hopefully it does a lot better than the show that NBC did about 5-6 years ago. It's called Powerless. Everyone's in love with it now, but nobody watched it. Let me actually see when the show aired. So it starred Vanessa Hudgens, Alan Tudyk, Ron Funches, Daniel Pudi, Christina Kirk as well. And this aired 2017 actually. So NBC February 2nd to April 20th. 2017. So the premise was that Powerless takes place in the DC universe and follows the adventures of Emily Locke as the director in research and development at Wayne Security, which is a subsidiary of Wayne Enterprises based in Charm City that specializes in products to help ordinary humans avoid becoming collateral damage in the battles between heroes and villains. None of the storylines actually tied into anything about any movies or TV shows or anything like that, but they did make references to movies. Like they did make a reference to Superman 1, where he, obviously did the flying around the world, the reverse time situation. And you actually find out in one of the episodes that Ron Funches' character, coincidentally also named Ron, is actually from Atlantis, and he actually serves Aquaman. And Alan Tudyk plays Bruce Wayne's cousin, Vanderveer Wayne, who was an actual comic book character. I think he's the only person who was an actual character based off of any existing characters. But yeah, I mean, I'll check out the Jimmy Olsen show. I think it's also supposed to be called DC Crime. I don't know, but it's nice to see Second Sean getting more work in the DC universe. Also, the 5th of November passed recently, and we got the announcement on November 10th that we will be getting a V for Vendetta show. So Pete Jackson, who wrote something called Somewhere Boy, is supposed to be writing the scripts for the series. And if you don't know, this is a comic written by Alan Moore, drawn by David Lloyd, and I believe Tony Ware did the coloring. I never read V for Vendetta. I never saw the movie. I just know it stars Hugo Weaving and Natalie Portman. So V for Vendetta came out in 89. Like I said, I wasn't reading books. Ended in 89. It started in 82. So before I was born and after I was like 3 years old. But yeah, it was just one of those things that I never got into. Like Alan Moore is not on my list of GOAT comic book writers. I get it. People love Alan Moore, but I didn't like Batman the Killing Joke. I never read his Swamp Thing. I never read From Hell, despite the fact that it also got turned into a movie. Never read The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, saw the movie. Never read Watchmen, tried to, couldn't read it. Something about that 80s dialogue, it gave a very dated feel. So I just couldn't do it. And that's just a personal preference of mine. I know there's some people out there like, you're not a real comic book geek unless you actually read Watchmen. Well, according to you, I'm not, but according to the thousands of dollars of comics that I have in storage, plus the ones that I meant to take to my storage unit today that I recently bagged up, I am a geek. You can take your opinion on my geek card and shove it. All right, my next story. I don't know what's going on at Paramount Plus, but it just seems like I don't know what they're doing, but they have decided to cancel Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles before the second season even airs. So it's like, why would you even announce the cancellation before the second season airs? So then that just means that people probably aren't going to watch the second season. But really alongside that, the Dora series on Nick Jr. has also been canceled. Apparently, Paramount is actively exploring third-party licensing opportunities for both Dora and the Tales of the Ninja Turtles franchise. So probably going to try to get it over to Netflix or something. This came from the decision. I mean, the decision came after the obvious Paramount Skydance merger, where they are basically just concerned about their linear stuff as opposed to putting stuff directly to streaming as far as children programming goes. So they said our cable brands will focus on a more curated slate, optimizing programming and marketing resources to amplify what resonates most. That means leaning into franchises like SpongeBob, Paw Patrol, RuPaul's Drag Race, South Park, Miss Pat, and The Daily Show, while continuing to develop new IP across our studios and seeking new ways to amplify and connect with audiences. I mean, how long has Dora the Explorer been on to the point where they actually have several Dora series and they did 2 freaking movies? So, all right, Dora the Explorer franchise. Okay, so the original Dora the Explorer ended in 2019. So this was just Dora. There was Dora the Explorer, Go Diego Go, which went from 2005 to 2011. Dora and Friends went from 2014 to 2017, and then just the Dora series, which was just canceled 2024 to this year. But yeah, I don't get why they just decided to cancel this. It was just a dumb decision, really, to cancel Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because are you just gonna leave, just make it a film franchise and just not have anything tie into it? That could be a benefit, but at the same time, it could be a hindrance, because when the hell did Mutant Mayhem come out? I feel like that was 2 years ago. So it's nice to have some type of filler in between that. I am looking up when 2023. I'm not crazy. And we got the first season of Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles last year. So I don't know what Paramount is doing with this franchise as a whole, but they just need to get it together. So my next story revolves around a movie that I do not care about at all, and that is K-Pop Demon Hunters. As we all know, it was originally a Sony animation movie that got sold to Netflix. It blew up to the point where Netflix released it in theaters twice, and it is still nominated for an Oscar. So the controversy behind K-pop Demon Hunters and award season is the BAFTAs, which is the British Academy of Film and Television Awards, I believe. Let me double check. I don't know what the acronym is. The BAFTA. Where's the Wikipedia page? So the British Academy Film Awards. Where the hell does the T come in? I guess television? Okay, yeah, so yeah, I was right. So the British Academy of Film and Television Arts Awards. So they ruled that K-pop Demon Hunters was ineligible for a BAFTA because it didn't have a qualifying theatrical release. So Netflix decided to appeal this, arguing that its limited event screening is 2 months after the streaming debut should count. But they said no. But the Academy Awards said, you know what? Yeah, we'll do that. And here's my 2 cents on this. This movie should not be eligible for an Academy Award because of the simple fact that it was released on streaming first and then got put in the theaters. So the whole point of releasing your movie in theaters is so it can be nominated for an award. So that's why Frankenstein was in theaters for about 2 weeks before it hit Netflix. That's why they did that same thing with Roma, The Irishman. Apple TV did it with Coda, where they won like 4 awards or something like that. So no, you don't get to reverse it. I mean, I get the Academy is still saying, yeah, we'll nominate you or whatever, but I still think that the BAFTAs made the right decision on that. Because like I said, two different releases, like what, 3-4 weeks of this movie being in theaters on 2 separate occasions after the simple fact that it hit streaming. It's like, no, you don't get to do that, honestly. Like I said, I agree with the BAFTAs. Anyway, I am going to take a break. Y'all can listen to this W ad because your boy is starting to get cotton mouth. And when I come back, I will be doing trailer reactions to several movies. All right, so be right back. This episode is brought to you by Dubby. Dubby gives you focus and energy without the crash and jitters. It has no sugar, fillers, or artificial dyes. Mix 1 packet or scoop into 8 or 12 ounces of water. Stir or shake well. Some powderiness is normal, and it has all the important vitamins. So this has vitamin C, B3, B6, and B12. And it's made from coffee fruit extract. So drink it and go conquer a task. And go to Dubby.gg and use my promo code AngryBlerd10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. That's Dubby.gg with promo code AngryBlerd10. All right, I am back. So let's go ahead and get these trailers started. So I'm going to start with the Super Mario Galaxy movie. As we all know, is coming out in April of next year. Pretty much everybody has reprised their roles for this movie, and we got some new casting with Brie Larson joining the franchise as Rosalina, and there was somebody else who was joined the movie. Let me see if I can find this because I don't remember off the top of my head. Oh, Benny Safdie will be playing Bowser Jr. So I don't think Benny Safdie is the one who directed the Smashing Machine, but he was the one who directed the Smashing Machine. So he is also obviously of the Safdie brothers who directed Uncut Gems. He's also in the Odyssey. He was in Happy Gilmore 2 and Oppenheimer. Okay, let's go ahead and start this trailer with the peaches. All right. Really? He's painting? Is he painting Princess Peach? Alright, Bowser.
Hey, big guy!
Oh, dead Mario. I forgot they shrunk him.
Don't move, I'll be right up.
I forgot they shrunk him for real.
Clean up the paint. Boodle-doo, boodle-doo. And also trim the bonsai bush. Here we go. Luigi? What's up, Mario? Behold! I made a masterpiece for Princess Peach. What do you think?
Love the colors.
It's trash.
Dang.
Dare you look at my masterpiece and say that?
I'll burn the skin off your bones!
Wow. Sorry about that. That's the old Bowser talking. Still working through my demons, I suppose. Anyway.
I thought he was gonna grow.
Hours or else I really turn into a monster.
Okay, that's a nice wallpaper. Oh, okay, it's the pyramid place from Odyssey. What the hell?
Bowser Jr., and I'm gonna be taking my father now!
It looks good. Rosalina.
Princess Rosalina, you're coming with me.
Yeah, I never beat Super Mario Galaxy. I might get it for the Switch, but who am I kidding? I won't play it. I have a Switch that I barely touch as it is, so it's just like, I don't know. But the movie does look good. I can honestly say that. Benny Safdie is doing a good job with the little bit of Bowser Jr. that I heard him say. So, like, I've never known him to be an actor because I didn't watch Oppenheimer because I don't really like Christopher Nolan movies like that. So, anyway, my next trailer is going to be something by Gore Verbinski called Good Luck, Have Fun, and Don't Die. So, this movie follows a man who takes the patrons of a diner in LA hostage, saying that he is from the future and must save them from AI. Okay, so I was like, I know that name from somewhere, and he directed the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. So he did Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, At World's End. He also did The Mexican with Brad Pitt. He directed Mouse Hunt. That's a classic. That was his feature film debut. He did The Weatherman with Nicolas Cage, Tartar Sauce. Rango with Johnny Depp. The Lone Ranger, horrible movie. A Cure for Wellness. I know nobody saw this movie. And yeah, so Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Look at his music video, see if he directed anything that I watched. Nope, don't know any of those artists. No, I did not mean to click on The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. So this movie stars Sam Rockwell, who you may know from Iron Man 2 playing Justin Hammer. He also did a movie called Moon. Check that one out. Haley Lou Richardson. I have no idea who she is. She was on Shake It Up, Ravenswood, and something called Age of 17. Michael Pena, Zazie Beetz, Tom Taylor, who I don't know, but he's on House of the Dragon. Juno Temple, Dino Flester, Anna Acton. Don't know who she is. Asmin Chundry. He looks familiar, but I don't know. So this is coming out February 13th. Let's check out this trailer. And he has on like a...
Hey! This isn't a robbery! I am from the future! And all of this goes horribly wrong.
Oh Lord, Constantine film is doing this.
I come from a future which is totally and completely fucked. And I'm here to set it right.
But is he actually from the future?
Are any of you even listening to me?
You look homeless, bro. Fuck you two. I come from a nightmare apocalypse. This is the height of fucking fashion.
What we're dealing with doesn't interface with reality.
AI that thing already?
It gets a lot worse, honey.
Okay, this looks intriguing.
Who's joining me? Who's ready to save the future?
The hell?
The revolution begins tonight!
Good luck, have fun, don't die.
Excuse me?
Bitch. Okay, killer robot doll hits. Okay, yeah, this looks good.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You're in for a really weird night.
Okay. What the hell is that? Is that a giant goat? Alright, so I'm a little scared because it's a Constantine production and they are known for not having good CG. See the Resident Evil movies, mainly Welcome to Raccoon City. You know, the one that nobody saw. So yeah, there's that. Alright. Toy Story 5. Honestly, guys, I never saw Toy Story 4. I own it. It's just one of those things like I gotta complete the set. So I might watch it this weekend when I'm in Orlando for Ranger Stop. When I'm not editing. But they dropped a teaser trailer because Toy Story 5 will be coming out June 19th and everybody's returning. And I didn't know Bonnie left, but Forky is sticking around. And apparently the villain is a tablet. Let's check it out. Right. Ship it. Who's got a special delivery?
There's a package for you.
I mean, Bo left, not Bonnie. Forky got a girl in summer 2026. The age of toys is over. Yep.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi there, I'm Lilypad. Let's play.
And everybody's freaking out. I mean, it's a teaser trailer. You can only get so much from a teaser trailer. I mean, we know that the villain is modern day technology. All right, so who Greta Lee will be playing Lilypad, who I just saw in Tron Ares, which I really wish did well. Conan O'Brien will also be in the movie. That's it. Everybody else is returning. Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Joan Cusack, Tony Hill. Wallace Shawn will be returning as Rex. I don't remember who did the voice of Mr. Potato Head, but I do believe he passed away. I'm double checking as we speak. Let's go to voice cast, Potato Head. Yeah, Don Rickles. Yeah, passed away in 2017. Obviously, Jim Varney, Wallace Shawn, who just had a birthday. Happy birthday to Rex. He's 82 years old. He was also on Young Sheldon. He's also in the Princess Bride. He is the inconceivable guy. Yeah, Vizzini. All right. And now there is a movie coming out with Joe Keery called Cold Storage. Didn't hear about this movie until I started doing my stories for this episode of the podcast. So this is a comedy horror film directed by Johnny Campbell. I have no idea who he is, but he is a British filmmaker and director. He directed an episode of Westworld. Am I Being Unreasonable? A lot of British stuff. So he did he did Vincent and the Doctor of Doctor Who. Okay. He got me. Because that is one of my favorite episodes of Doctor Who. So, this movie stars Georgina Campbell, who is British. She was in Broadchurch. That's the only thing I saw. She was in Murdered by My Boyfriend. Something called Flowers. She was in the Hang the DJ episode of Black Mirror. She was on Krypton. She was in King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, Barbarian, Bird Box Barcelona, something called Tim, something called The Watchers, which came out last year as well. Joe Keery is in this, who we all know as Steve Harrington from Stranger Things. Sosie Bacon, Kevin Bacon's daughter, and Kira Cedric's daughter. Who else? Vanessa Redgrave. Leslie Manville, don't know who she is. Liam Neeson is in this. Great. I'm going to end up paying to see a Liam Neeson movie. Daryl Da Silva, never heard of him. Daniel Rigby, Rob Collins, Laura Torchy, Aaron Heffernan, nope, and Andrew Broke. So the premise is the film follows Tea Cake and Naomi, two employees in a self-storage facility built atop a former military base whose night shift transforms into a nightmare when a government-sealed parasitic fungus escapes from the underground levels. As temperature rises, the microorganism unleashes its brain-controlling, body-bursting mayhem on anything in its path. The duo must join forces with a weathered bioterror operative to contain the threat before it triggers humanity's extinction. So this will be coming out February 13th. As well as the same day as Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. So let's go ahead and check out this trailer. Need it the most.
I don't hear anything.
Well, I definitely heard it. Well, not definitely. I mean, I was like aware of it, you know what I mean? Like I was having an argument with my brain about it.
You are very chatty.
This place was military storage back in the day. You want to open it?
Nope.
No, exactly. The black chick know what to do. Don't open it.
We're getting a temperature breach alert from a decommissioned facility.
Some of us have encountered this before.
We created a new species.
What the fuck?
I don't feel so good.
Jesus Christ!
Okay, this looks good.
I gotta get out of here.
This thing is spreading.
CG is horrible though.
This fungus will mutate and spread.
After you're just talking elevator.
You two may have started the night minimum wage guards, but you're a green light team now.
That is a nuke. What are you, nuts?
No, I'm ambitious.
That's not natural.
Mutated rats. Nope. Alright, so this actually looks good as well. Like I said, I didn't know about this movie. I'm going to post this trailer on these Angry Blerd socials. But yeah, it looks good. Shout out to Daniel Powder. Haven't heard Bad Day since I watched Alvin and the Chipmunks, I want to say. Alright, so we got some video game news because I have no more trailer reactions. Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. People lost their shit during this PlayStation State of Play, where they announced that Robbie Reyes will be the Ghost Rider in the game instead of Johnny Blaze. And everyone's like, oh, nobody likes Robbie. I keep saying Robbie Williams, Robbie Reyes. I'm like, no, you don't like Robbie Reyes because you only know Johnny Blaze from the 90s and being played by Nicolas Cage. Somebody said to tripping. That's like giving us Miles instead of Peter, She-Hulk instead of the Hulk. Shit, like even giving us Pepper instead of Tony. And somebody actually responded to something that said top 45 things a real Marvel fan wouldn't have said. But I like Robbie. I don't remember what the release date was for that game. But also, the announcement for Season 5 of I almost said Marvel Zombies. What's the name of that damn game? Marvel Rivals was announced. And they announced the next two characters. Rogue and Gambit will be the next two characters, and that has actually begun today, November 14th, at the time of this recording. I have no idea who had dropped first. Oh, Gambit, it was actually the first drop. So they said NetEase has now confirmed that Gambit will be the first hero arriving in Season 5 on November 14th and will actually be a strategist using his card to heal allies, cleanse negative effects, and harass foes with anti-heal debuffs. Will arrive as part of the mid-season update in roughly a month's time, and her place in the archetype system has yet to be confirmed. I keep on saying I'm going to get back on Marvel Rivals, and I just haven't. I don't know. I got to talk to Samir about that. All right, that's it for video game news. So we got some casting news for Scary Movie 6. I like when nepotism happens like this. Damon Wayans Jr., Kim Wayans, and Heidi Gardner have all been cast in Scary Movie 6. I have no idea who the hell Heidi Gardner is. Let's look up who Heidi Gardner is. She was on Saturday Night Live, apparently. She has a baby face, even though she's 42 years old. They also confirmed that Chris Elliott will be returning. Will he be returning as, that was the name of the damn butler, whose name I am drawing a blank on at the moment. I feel like it was Cecil. Where is Hanson? Where did I get Cecil from? Who else is joining the cast? Cherry O'Terry, who basically played like the Gail Weathers character in the first Scary Movie. Alrighty, my next story. So, in a world where people are trying to make AI a thing, even though, it's not really profitable or whatever, Bob Iger has decided to lean in and say, hey guys, do you like AI? Because I do. So what we're going to do is we're going to allow AI content to be put on Disney Plus. And a lot of people are just saying, no, don't do this. What's wrong with you, Bob? Don't lean into this. So I'm looking at some of the comments. Somebody said user-generated AI content on Disney Plus is either going to be amazing or absolutely terrible. No middle ground on this one. Somebody said, yes, amazing AI content is on the way. And they posted an AI video of several Disney characters on the beach, like a buff Mickey. I believe his name's Carl Fredrickson from UGG, Elsa in a bikini, Daisy in a bikini. The Luther Court page said, here at Luther Court, we had no AI policy. Somebody said, I'm actually not surprised to see Disney contemplating with an AI video generator. Curious to see what their limitations will be to safeguard against misuse or causing people more headaches for them through trolling with it. So yeah, somebody also said Walt Disney would be furious. And speaking of people who were furious, the creator of the Owl House reacted to this news, and she said, you know what? Disney canceled my show. I don't have to be loyal to them. She said, unsubscribe from Disney Plus, pirate the Owl House. I don't care anymore, and fuck generative AI. And I honestly agree with her. So you guys heard it. The creator of the Owl House, Dana Terrence, said unsubscribe from Disney Plus, which some of you aren't going to do. But hey, go pirate the Owl House. So go do that. Come on, man. Let's make the 7C sail again. Arr, matey. Small story. Although he did pass away, we have to give a congratulations to Chadwick Boseman. He will be getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on the 20th of January. So that is what, 6 days from now? What day is it? 6 days from now. I am not good with time. That will be next Wednesday. Actually, my friend Arsenio's 40th birthday. I'm sorry, next Thursday. Looking right at it and still got it messed up. They said that Ryan Coogler will be there. Viola Davis and his wife will be accepting the star on his behalf. So I'm pretty sure Ryan's going to give a nice heartfelt speech. And obviously Viola Davis, who actually starred in the last movie that he did, which was Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which is on Netflix. So I will make sure I keep you guys appraised of that ceremony when it happens. So If you're The Rock, you call it Jumanji 3. If you are me, you call it Jumanji 4. Dwayne Johnson announced that this will be the last Jumanji film. They actually just started filming this week. And he said that it'll be the last one. He said, with a massive, fun, heartfelt adventure. Let me see if I can actually go to his Instagram post without having to log in. Sorry. Okay. So he said, officially kicking off production of Jumanji at our cast and table read in Los Angeles, where we will film as well. What a massive, fun, heartfelt adventure feels emotionally appropriate for our beloved Jumanji franchise to end on this beautiful grace note of our final film. Amazing to get the whole game back together and our jaws were hurting from laughing so hard. So yeah, I'm actually surprised that, you know, this is going to be the last one for them. I mean, who the hell owns the rights to Jumanji again? Is it Paramount? Because I'm pretty sure if it's Paramount, they would definitely be milking that franchise for all that it's worth. But, I mean, I like the modern Jumanji movies. Like I said, if they decide to continue this, like, I even want to know, like, what is the game going to be in this one? I mean, they're obviously playing the same characters, but, like, what's going to happen with the console or the whatever Jumanji is, because it was originally a board game and then they turned into a Super Nintendo cartridge. So what is it going to be now, like a Xbox or a PlayStation? Is it still, because it makes no sense for anybody to get stuck in the game from the last two games, because I don't remember what happened with them in Welcome to the Jungle. I know they went into a house and they started the game, but I don't remember why they actually went in the game. And in the second one, it was because either Danny DeVito or Danny Glover's character started the game. But yeah, I mean, we will see the future of Jumanji on that. All right, small story, good news. Alien Earth has officially been renewed for a second season on FX on Hulu, which I still think is just a dumb thing. You might as well just call it Hulu at that point, because it's not on FX. It's like, why call it FX on Hulu? And I keep saying that it's a reason why some of this stuff doesn't last. Like, if you're going to call it FX, how about you actually air it on FX? And then you can put it on Hulu afterwards. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. But I'm not even really begging. I'm not even complaining. I'm just saying the whole FX on Hulu thing is just dumb. Just call it a Hulu original. Like, they don't even call the Bear FX on Hulu anymore. Like, when you start the Bear, it just says Hulu original. Whatever. All right. So, as I told you guys last week, the Kelvin timeline of the Star Trek film franchise is dead. But we also got a report that we will be getting a new Star Trek film franchise from Jonathan Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein. Stein? I don't know how to say it. I'm guessing Stein. They will be writing the next Star Trek film. And if you have no idea who Jonathan Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein are, they wrote a very funny movie that came out in 2018 called Game Night. Stars Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams. Lamorne Morris is in this movie as well. Kyle Chandler, Michael C. Hall, Danny Houston, Chelsea Peretti, Jesse Plemons, Kylie Bunbury. I did not know she was Canadian. Who the hell is Sharon Horgan? Billy McGusson. But yeah, they also wrote Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. So if you don't know who Jonathan Francis Daly is, he's an actor. He was on Freaks and Geeks. He came out of that camp. He also wrote the incredible Burt Wonderstone, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2, Horrible Bosses, Vacation. He also wrote and directed. I forgot he wrote Spider-Man Homecoming. Vacation Friends. Came up with the story for The Flash. Did some rewrites on the Minecraft movie, and is also doing a movie called Mayday, which stars your boy local Ryan Reynolds. So I have very good faith And their writing, I love Dungeons and Dragons. Not that many people liked it. I mean, the movie bombed, unfortunately, because I guess they thought it was going to kind of have like the same type of situation as the one in the 2000s with Marlon Wayans. But yeah, they wrote on pretty much every movie I named on Jonathan Francis Daly's filmography together. So Horrible Bosses, Burt Wonderstone, Cloudy 2, came up with the story for Horrible Bosses 2. They directed Vacation together, wrote Spider-Man Homecoming, directed Game Night. He didn't get a credit on Game Night on the script. But yeah, so there's that. Okay, I think it is time for me to cue up the spoiler alerts. So I am going to talk about Stranger Things. Season 4, Episode 7. And this is titled The Massacre at Hawkins Lab. This one is written and directed by the Duffer Brothers. Joyce, Murray, and Yuri enter the prison in Russia to witness Hopper and his fellow prisoners get ready to fight the Demogorgon. Hopper actually, keeps the creature at bay with the lighter that he stole from the last episode with some vodka and makes a flaming spear. While Murray and Joyce, overtake the prison by taking the warden captive and forcing them to open the gates to let out Hopper and Dimitri. Meanwhile, back in the Upside Down, Steve is still being chewed up by Demobats when Eddie, Robin, and Nancy all come and save him. And they have to figure out a way to protect themselves. And Nancy's like, oh yeah, I got some guns at the house. And everyone's like, she got guns? And they're like, yeah, I got 2 guns. I got a revolver and something else. And Steve also confirms that she has guns because she almost shot him once upon a time. Max, Lucas, and Dustin are being interrogated by all the parents and the cops, asking why were they out at the lake. They came up with a lie saying that we were going to swim, but then we realized that somebody probably died out here. And Erica's like, nope, Cap, stop lying. Why you always lying? And Lucas threatens to kill her in her sleep if she tells anybody what's going on. And then our Upside Down crew of Robin, Steve, and Nancy and Eddie all get to Nancy's house, and they realize that the guns aren't there, and the Upside Down is set in November 6, 1983, which was the day that Will originally disappeared. And they figure out a way to communicate with whoever's in her house by using the lights. And Eddie uses Morse code to do SOS, and they take, I do not remember Jonathan and Nancy's younger sister's name. I want to say Holly. They take her light bright to communicate with everybody else. And he tells them about the theory that he came up with Lucas, that's saying that gates are open wherever Vecna kills somebody. So there is a gate at Eddie's trailer. Robin, Steve, Nancy, and Eddie all hop on bikes and basically take a ride to his trailer. And Justin, Max, Erica, and Lucas all sneak out and go to Eddie's trailer. Come up with a plan to break open the gate and tie a bunch of sheets together so they can get out the Upside Down and come back to the right side up. Eddie and Robin go through, and Nancy gets ready to go through, and Vecna takes her captive. Meanwhile, back at the Nina Project, Elle is still trying to get her powers back, and she has to relive a memory of her with the orderly. And he convinces her to escape, and he asks her for help to take out a tracking device that Burnard put in his neck. And they eventually get caught, and then you find out that this orderly has powers, and you find out that he is none other than One himself. He tells Elle to wait in the closet while he goes back and kills all the other... I forgot the name of the project. All of Brenner's kids. Elle goes into the Rainbow Room where she sees the massacre, They fight. He almost kills her, but then she remembers that happy moment of her life where the first time she saw her mother. And that's how one ends up in the Upside Down and becomes Vecna. We did not see our West Coast crew of Will, Jonathan, Argyle, Susie, and Mike. But yeah, Nancy is caught by Vecna, so we got to figure out how to get her back. 2 more episodes of that season. So let's go ahead and talk about episode 3 of It, Welcome to Derry, which is titled Now You See It, directed by Andrew Bernstein and written by Guadalis Del Carmen and Gabe Hobson. So we get a flashback of young Frederick Shaw. It's Frederick, right? Double checking that. Francis, sorry. Back when he first came to Derry with his father, and they are at the fair, and he goes through the freak show booth or whatever. He sees a horrible man with one eye and basically looks like he's suffering from leprosy. Then he eventually freaks out and leaves. His father says, let's get in the car and go. Their car breaks down. They need water. And he gives them a nickel. He comes into contact with a girl named Rose who says, nickel's not enough for this water, so you got to give me that slingshot your daddy just got you. Those two become friends. Francis runs in the woods one day. He's the same man who gets ready to attack and kill him, but he is saved by Rose. And they run out the forest, and the man is no longer chasing after them. And she basically says that he doesn't leave the forest. And then they spend the whole summer together until Francis left Derry. And that's back in like 1908. Meanwhile, back in the present, Lily is finally discharged from Juniper Hill after being put back in there after the events of episode 2 with, her seeing her father's disembodied body in pickle jars. Lily and Ronnie plan to get evidence of everything that they saw in the theater to exonerate her father. And Francis, finding nothing useful in the car that Halloran found, so he decides to send Halloran out into the air with Mike Hanlon and another soldier. And then he starts seeing visions of people dying in battlefields and wars and bodies before I'm sorry, Leroy Hanlon. Leroy Hanlon, not Mike. Because Mike is from It. And Pennywise also sees Halloran looking for him. Francis visits Rose at the pawn shop to ask her about the cease and desist letter that, they sent the army for the excavations. And he's like, well, work with me, because we're basically just trying to find ways to get water to come in through the Kenduskeag or whatever, which is a lie. Meanwhile, Lily, Ronnie go to Will and Rich to tell them about their plan of finding evidence of, evil stuff. And Richie claims that he knows a thing about summoning evil spirits, which turns out to be a lie. They go to the cemetery and do a ritual. But when they get ready to leave, the kids who all died in episode 1 start chasing them. They manage to take a few pictures, and one which shows a clown. So I like this episode up until the end of it. So I did not like I get it. It's kind of, you could probably use a drone for it, but once again, it's kind of hard to do that. So in the scene where the kids are leaving the cemetery and they're on the bikes and Ronnie and Lily are riding out first, you can obviously tell it's a green screen. It's just the way it's shot. I'm not a director, but I definitely would have done something different. But other than that, I like the episode. The CG on the one-eyed man who is attacking young Francis could have been a lot better. But I get it. It's a TV show. You don't really have that big of a budget. like you don't have a film budget, and if you do, you kind of got to spread it out through 8 episodes. You're basically making 4 movies right here with this show, which, you know, isn't a bad thing, but they really do need to up the budget on the CG. So hopefully, like in the last 5 episodes, the CG budget is a lot better. All right. All right. So one of the things I want to talk about, well, the last thing I want to talk about is actually Predator Badlands. So if you did not know, Predator Badlands is directed by Dan Trachtenberg with a story by Dan Trachtenberg and Patrick Eisen. It's written by Patrick Eisen. This stars Elle Fanning and Demetrius Schuster Kalamatagi. I really hope I said the guy's name right and I didn't butcher it. Koala Matagani. They don't even have a pronunciation on here. But anyway, this story follows Deck, who is a young predator who is outcast for being a runt. He is a runt of his Yapcha clan, sorry. His goal is to travel to the planet Jenna and kill Cassilis, which is a monster that no other predator has managed to take down. And his dad don't agree with that. He's like, he's all right, he's going to get killed. So he has his brother Quay kill Deck, but Quay refuses. So their father kills Quay, and before he dies, Quay pushes Deck into his ship to send him off to the planet Jenna. Deck swears vengeance on his father for killing his brother, but he has to track down the Calyx first to become a full Yacha so he can get his invisibility cloak. So he crash lands on the planet and he meets Thea, who is a synth from the Wailing Yutani Corporation. And then they travel across Jenna, and Thea tells Deck about her sister Tessa, who is basically a 100% straight shooter by the book, who follows the company code whatsoever. Mother warns Tessa that she wants to Cassilis and now the Predator. So Deck ends up killing the Cassilis when he eventually comes in contact with it, but unfortunately the Cassilis has super regenerative powers, like on some like Deadpool level type stuff. Like Deck chopped this thing's head off and it like his ligaments like shot out of his body and reconnected his head. So Tessa ends up taking Deck and the Cassilis, and Thea and Deck eventually work together to take out Tessa, and Deck travels back home with Tessa's head, says that's the most dangerous prey out there, and his father's like, this ain't nothing, I'm gonna kill you. But Deck ends up killing his father, taking his cloak, and then his mother shows up. And so I was like, ooh, so we just gonna end on that cliffhanger? He just killed his own father. So I very much enjoyed this movie. Oh, I didn't know the Duffer Brothers did the voice of the computer in Quay's ship. But yeah, very good movie. I had no notes about this movie. It was nice to see the direction in this movie of things from the Predator's perspective. And Elle Fanning was on double duty in this movie. I pretty much went into this movie blind. I don't even think I did a trailer reaction for it. I knew it was I just knew that the Predator was going to be the protagonist. I know Elle Fanning was playing 2 characters. I didn't know she was playing Sim from Wailing Yutani, because Alien versus Predator movies are not canon to the Predator franchise at all whatsoever, no matter how much you want them to be, but apparently they are now. So yeah, with this movie, I give it a 10 out of 10. No notes from me whatsoever, like I said. Dan Trachtenberg has not missed with a single Predator franchise he has touched yet. So everybody loved Prey, people loved Killers, and now everybody's loving this as well. Like, perfect example. This movie had a $105 million budget. As I record this episode at 11:45 p.m. on November 14th, it is at $92.6 million. And that's just in the first week. And I really think it's just going to keep making money, because the only two movies that are coming out this week are The Running Man and Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I don't know how people are going to take The Running Man, but I feel like Now You See Me, Now You Don't is going to thrive since it is the third movie in a trilogy, although I think it's been like a decade since Now You See Me 2. Look that up. Now You See Me 2 was 2016, 9 years. So yeah. But on that note, guys, that was another episode of the Angry Blerd podcast. Be sure to rate, review, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Go to w.gg. Use my promo code AngryBlerd10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. Okay, excluding the Crunchyroll license stuff. So unfortunately, no discount on the Chainsaw Man flavor or the solo leveling stuff. So next week I will be reviewing The Running Man, and then the week after I will be reviewing Now You See Me, Now You Don't. But yeah, guys, I gotta get out of here. I gotta finish packing. I gotta get my clips and all that stuff ready for this podcast so I can edit in Orlando. Maybe I'll post some pictures from Ranger Stop. Maybe I'll be able to do a little bit of Q&A with like some of the Rangers at their tables or whatever. But yeah, peace.